Hello. Hi, everyone. We now have 7 people connected. I think we're going to wait a little bit before we start. Okay, I think we can maybe start. So just let me start. So hello, everyone. Thank you for participating this webinar, and welcome to this Ask Me Anything session with us. So the idea of today's session is to talk about the Startup the Future program that Galp launched 2 weeks ago. And as you may see from our communication website or emails, for this year, Galp is calling for application on 5 different tracks. And today is our first webinar, and it will be focused on energy solution and for emerging markets. So I will start with a brief introduction about Hello Tomorrow. Then I will hand it over to Joanna, the innovation lead from Galp, for the presentation. And we will also set aside dedicated time to answer your questions, which is the most important thing of today. So before starting, a very practical reminder for this webinar. So there is a chat tab. Feel free to type your question all along our presentation, or you can also vote the question that may also be interesting for you, so that can help us to prioritize your questions, and we will take the time in the end of the session to answer one by one. So let me start with the Hello Tomorrow. Who are we? So Hello Tomorrow, you may know us from for example, you already discussed with Aziz, Marwan, or me, or someone else from the team, or you even participated already our past global summit. So basically, our goal is to accelerate deep tech ventures. So especially deep tech startups, we help them to develop, to grow, and also to scale up. And as you can see, we start to build up this deep tech collaborative ecosystem since 2011. And today we have established a strong worldwide network with startups, VCs, and corporates. And now we have a team of 45 people with a mixed background from science and business, and we are from 20 different nationalities. We also have a very unique business model. So we have 4 core business. The first one is, of course, the ecosystem, in which we gathered startup, VCs, corporate, and tech experts through different events around deep tech, especially the big ones, the Global Summit. And recently, we also created our own venture capital, in which we invest directly, or we co-invest with other VC firms in the most promising deep tech startups. And in general, it's at pre-seed or seed stage. And we also help organizing programs to help startups to address their most critical challenges to help them on refining their business strategies. And we also propose a consulting service. So it's a tailored service as with what we are doing today with Galp, that we help Galp to organize this tailored startup challenge to find the best fit startup in terms of technology and business strategy for Galp. So basically, this is about Hello Tomorrow. I will not steal more time from Galp. So today we have the chance to have Joanna, the Open Lead Innovation Lead from Galp, with us. I will hand it over to her. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaya, and hello everyone. My name is Joanna, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you all for joining us and signing up for this webinar and wanting to know more about Startup the Future. Starting off, I would like to just introduce Galp a little bit for the ones that are not so familiar with us. Galp is an integrated energy company based in Portugal, and that has direct operations in a total of 10 countries. We are originally an oil and gas company, but we have been shifting our business to renewables and new energies as well. And we have a strong focus on decarbonizing our industrial facilities. We are also big players in electric mobility in Iberia. And we are also one of the leading companies when it comes to solar energy, also in Iberia, so Portugal and Spain. When it comes to innovation, which is the team that I work in, we have different focuses that mirror the business units of the company. Our main goal is, as you can see here on the slide, to build a portfolio of opportunities to drive the energy transition of Galp, which is why we also created the Startup the Future program to help us on this path. We are a group of people with also very diverse backgrounds, just like the Hello Tomorrow team. We have backgrounds that range from engineering and psychology to design and geology, and we are spread across different Galp offices, from Porto to Rio de Janeiro, and with 9 different nationalities. Our department currently has 2 innovation centers. We have the Industrial Innovation Center that intends to reframe our core business related to oil while it still exists. And this Innovation Center is exploring technologies such as carbon capture and utilization, green hydrogen, storage, biofuels, e-fuels, and many other areas. The Renewables and Commercial Innovation Center is targeting, of course, renewable energies such as solar and wind generation with innovative projects such as Agri-PV, which connects agriculture and solar PV, and also virtual power plants. And we also focus on, when it comes to the Commercial Innovation Center, this center is connected more to our B2B and B2C businesses. So it focuses on smart energy solutions with projects related to flexibility and aggregation. We also have a strong focus on smart mobility with projects such as battery swapping, second life batteries, and wireless charging. And finally, we also focus on retail because we have a customer experience that needs to be improved at our convenience stores located at our service stations. So we have many projects regarding innovation on this regard, connected to self-checkout, computer vision, and other types of technologies. So all in all, as you can probably tell, we have many different types of technologies going on here. We have a lot of transformation to do, and we focus on lots of different energy topics inside this such amazing industry that is the energy industry. On this regard, as you can see, we have some focus areas that are already briefly mentioned connected to the centers. And we have currently more than 69 projects ongoing when it comes to innovation. We are partnering currently with more than 55 startups and also more than 100 universities and research centers. This is because Galp does not have an internal R&D, okay? So everything that we do when it comes to innovation has to be made in collaboration with the outside world. And for us to connect with all of these startups and these academic partners and labs that are obviously located outside of Galp and all over the world, we have our platform, Galp Upcoming Energies, that helps us do that through different initiatives. And one of those initiatives, and actually the main one, is our program, Startup the Future. We created Startup the Future 2 years ago. So our first edition was held very recently. It was our first global innovation program that was only run by us, because before that we had only partnered with other companies in their own acceleration programs or the innovation programs. But then we decided it was time already for Galp to also have its own program and look for solutions and get itself out there. We got more than 200 applications straight off the bat on the first edition. Now we have more than 400 applications on the previous 2 editions from more than 50 countries. And we already tested solutions in different Galp markets. We tested so far in Portugal, in Spain, and also in Mozambique. We intend for you to regard this program as a way for you to test your technology and also get access to new markets. Because if we do move on to do a pilot project, it will be held in one of the 10 countries that Galp has business in. So it can be held in Portugal, in Spain, in Brazil, and in different countries in Africa, such as Mozambique, Namibia, Cape Verde, Angola. And so for us, this, and at least with the startups that we have already partnered with, that is one of the biggest add-ons for them, to be able to test their solution in new markets. Because sometimes you are testing the solution more so for the first time, or at least you are still trying to see if it can apply to this specific situation, or you already tested it in another market and you want to try it out on a different one. And partnerships are key for this. So when it comes to this year's challenges, we have 5. And today we are going to be focusing on the energy solutions for emerging markets, but I will just give a brief overview. So we have a first topic, a topic for the first time regarding AI and blockchain. This is specifically for to help us better the infrastructure of different energy management activities. And it is going to be more connected to sustainable aviation fuels also, and biofuels, because that is one of the strong focuses of Galp at the moment. We also have another one that is more targeted only to renewable energies and to everything that has to do with new materials, or even installation and management of vegetation, which is a huge issue for us. So we have many different topics that we want to cover here. Then we have another one that focuses on AI, but for energy management and for heat management more specifically, which is a huge issue on the Iberian markets. Could you please not move the slides? Or someone is moving the slides, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I think someone from the speaker is moving the slide.
Okay, well, if you could just put it on the same one, it would be wonderful.
Yeah.
But last but not least, we also have a vertical with our partner BMW and Mini, targeting the massification of electric mobility. Focusing now on the energy solutions for emerging markets, this is the only vertical that we have that, as the title says, is only targeting emerging markets. So the type of solutions that we are looking for here are maybe sometimes already very spread out in other countries and in other markets, but for specific markets are still not that massified. And so we are looking for affordable access to services, energy efficient solutions, mini grids, generation and distribution, renewable home energy systems, and and also basically anything that can be innovative when it comes to improving the access to energy in these emerging markets. And to also explain a bit more to you how this could work for us, I think the best way is to show you an example from a previous year. So Coolbox was one of our winners on this vertical, because this vertical has been something that we have been not just basically the only one that we didn't change ever since the first edition, because we feel like, well, there are so many solutions to uncover, and we want to make sure that we have a vertical that is more connected to improving quality access of communities to energy. And Coolbox specifically is a pilot project that is ongoing, and that we even have this use case to present to you. If you search about this company online, you will find that they have these refrigeration systems in which you can store food and also even medicine, okay? And if you actually store there meat or vegetables, anything that you want, you will be able to get the power running even if there is no electricity. And there is a lot of electricity shortage, specifically in African countries, which means that if I have a business and I cannot sell my products because I got a shortage of electricity, and then my food is going to get ruined, which is going to make me lose business and lose money. This is a huge improvement, because this works even without electricity. How? Because it is connected to solar panels and also to a battery that helps it work basically 24/7 because of the access to solar energy and to the battery. And they also did a very good product design on this, because the refrigeration infrastructure also has a plug for you to charge your phone, and it also connects to this tiny lamp that you can also use if you don't have any light inside of your store at a given point. And for us, it was very interesting to test this solution. We tested it in 2 different areas in Mozambique. And in each of these 2 areas, we decided to do a different business model, okay, just to understand how it could work. On one of the communities, we would actually basically pay for everything when it came to the business owner, okay? So we would just give them the full product, and they would be able to use it. And on the other ones, we would give them the Coolbox, but then they would need to pay for it as the business would be ongoing. Why was this? Just to understand how it would work if this was more so just a social project, okay, just to help the community, or if it would actually improve the sales for people to actually keep using it and keep it unblocked, because you can block this, okay? So you can block this Coolbox refrigeration system. And we gathered very interesting insights from both of these. And now we are assessing if it could be an option to actually scale this or not. We are on the process of analyzing that. And now I will just show you a short video with some testimonials from the actual people that worked on the project.
Dedicated to providing sustainable and impactful solutions where energy and refrigeration are inaccessible. In 2022, Galp Upcoming Energies launched an open innovation program, Startup the Future, to identify and collaborate with the game-changing startup leading the energy transition. The Coolbox project was born as a result of this initiative after the Nigerian startup winning the first edition.
We came across the Startup the Future challenge through our research, and what was really attractive about this particular challenge was that it was an opportunity not only to compete for a prize with Galp, but also gave us the opportunity to have a potential pilot. And so it was really an amazing opportunity for us to be able to partner with a major energy player like Galp. Our vision at Coolbox is to democratize the way the world experiences cooling. We make sustainable cooling and refrigeration accessible to everyone who needs it.
In Africa, approximately 600 million people live off the grid or face unstable grid installations for a significant portion of the day. This causes difficulties in people's lives, such as not having fresh food accessible or not being able to preserve it for enough time.
Depois da visita de hoje dos nossos parceiros da Galp, hoje eu consigo perceber o verdadeiro impacto que é fazer parte de um programa como este. Hoje eu consigo entender qual é a situação verdadeira do meu país, em particular da comunidade de Nampula, e hoje eu consigo perceber de que forma a Galp vai nos ajudar não só como ferramentas, mas sim como uma monitoria lado a lado para juntos abraçarmos essa causa.
Se tivessem falado de inovação social em Moçambique, eu diria que seria um movimento muito difícil de ser implementado. Mas depois de ter trabalhado o ano passado com o Changemakers Lab e hoje na GALP Academy, eu consigo entender que é realmente possível continuarmos a inovar e mudar o cenário das comunidades em Moçambique. Hoje, com a Galp e com a Schoolbox, nós conseguimos entender que não só conseguimos diversificar o produto de um comerciante, mas continuamos a gerar vida através da inovação social.
Temos uma presença de norte a sul do país, nós estamos presentes em todas as províncias e podemos até dizer que estamos desde o princípio ligados aqui à gênese do setor energético em Moçambique e tipicamente os projetos que nós temos estado a desenvolver no sentido de permitir o acesso a energias e energias renováveis em particular em áreas mais desfavorecidas de Moçambique é para nós de grande importância na medida em que, por um lado, é um testemunho deste nosso compromisso com as comunidades e desta nossa vontade e trabalhando sempre de forma muito próxima com diversas organizações que junto das comunidades acabam por ter um conhecimento muito mais próximo e uma vivência mais particular, o que nos permite também dimensionar melhor e ajustar melhor à necessidade de cada comunidade os vários projetos que vamos desenvolvendo.
Valeu a pena ter aparecido este projeto, porque está a ajudar a população deste bairro de Murapani. As duas pessoas que tiveram apoio como foram beneficiários sentiram-se mais felizes. E também eu, como líder deste bairro, também estou muito feliz, porque esses, na altura que não tinham recebido os congeladores, tiveram algumas dificuldades como avançar com o seu negócio. Mas depois de ter ajudado, estão a avançar mais melhor.
By piloting solutions like Coolbox, Galp demonstrates its commitment to improving the lives of local residents, especially those without access to electricity. Engaging with communities through initiatives like this not only provides practical benefits, also projects like Coolbox empower us to make meaningful impact and create lasting positive change in the communities.
It was an incredible experience to partner with Galp on this project. We were supported along the way, both at the headquarters level as well as at the country level here in Mozambique, and we were really impressed with the partnerships that the company has in place, in particular the focus on social entrepreneurship and in contributing to local communities.
Thank you, everyone, for once again for having watched this. And if you have any questions specifically more about Coolbox or any other topic, feel free also to let us know on the Q&A. But yeah, as you saw on the video, we also took the chance to partner with two organizations that we already partnered with in Mozambique, which was GALP Academy. That basically helped us analyze the impacts of this project when it came to the social impact that it was having. And also another organization that we also partnered with. So just to let you know that this was a project management that involved many different stakeholders. And yeah, we are very happy that this was already implemented and that we can already use it as a success story, because it was a pilot project that lasted more than a year and it's just good to be able to already talk about it finally. Yeah, I don't know if you want to continue?
Yeah, so maybe we can continue. So before we jump into the Q&A, I think we can so present you quickly what.
Sure. If you want, I can also talk a bit more about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you saw from the video, our main goal here is to find technologies that we could test. So this project with Coolbox was fully funded by Galp. And what we did was basically acquire the solar refrigerators from Coolbox, and we did the whole planning and the whole logistics. Everything was covered by us, and we were able to test technology. And also for Coolbox, in particular, this was an access also to a new market, which was something that I was mentioning previously when I started to present the program. So that is the main topic, okay? Of course, we cannot guarantee 100% that this will happen because it has to do a lot with the fit of the technology. But if we choose a winner, we intend to work with the winner, which is why we are making that choice. Besides that, of course, you will connect with Galp experts on different areas, and we will also present you to our corporate venture capital team, which is a team that does investments in funds and also direct investments in companies with equity. So if you are also interested in that regard, although that it's not the main focus of our program, we always make sure that we make connections between our startups and our corporate venture capital team. And finally, we will give you the chance to travel to Lisbon, Portugal in November this year to be at the Web Summit and present your solution, okay? And we will accommodate everything that has to do with this trip. So the flights, the accommodation, the food, all of that. So we will make sure that we got you covered on that regard. So yeah, we really want to meet you in Lisbon this year. So please apply. And yeah, now I don't know if it's already the time to do the Q&A or not. But on my side, at least, I will just want to urge you all to apply because we really, really want to work with you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joanna, for the presentation. It's very helpful and makes everything more clear for us. And then just before we jump to the Q&A, I will just very quickly a quick reminder on the timeline. So about the next step. So we opened the application 2 weeks ago. So now we are on the phase of we wait for you can start to prepare application. And the deadline is the 10th of September. We're going to close the application. So we will organize so also different webinars between June and July. So this is our first one. We will share also some, the links to you on our next page for the next 4 ones. And between September and October, we are going to have internal review with Galp to review all the applications that we received. And October 20th, you will receive an announcement for the finalists. And if you are selected, we will help you to prepare everything so that you can prepare and participate the Web Summit in Lisbon on November. So this is basically the timeline. And most important parts, the Q&A. We already collected some questions from some previous startups we had call with, I think, and also from Angelo. So first, I can maybe answer the one with Angelo first. So from Angelo, you asked, my startup is at an early stage, only idea. So am I eligible to apply? Joanna, so if you want to comment on that question.
Sure. Hi, thank you for your question. So if you go also on our frequently asked questions, I think that we have this there, just so if people want to see this also afterwards. Basically, you are eligible to apply if you are a startup that works on a technology-based solution. And if you are currently already on an experimental proof of concept stage, which means a TRL of 3 to 4. Okay, so you need to assess the maturity of your solution before you apply, because sometimes early stage is a bit broad, okay, and I am not 100% sure if you already have something, if you already have a product or service or not. But yeah, our minimum TRL is 3 or 4, because otherwise we cannot test the solutions. And for us, it's very critical that we have startups applying that actually already have a product. Otherwise, for us, it would be impossible to select that person or that team as a winner.
Thanks, Joanna, for answering. Another question is about the web summit. So is it possible to be present online during the summit?
Well, I am not sure if the web summit has a live stream type of environment or not, because honestly, during COVID, I know that this was something that happened. Okay, people could attend sessions virtually, but nowadays I am not 100% sure of this, because on the previous years, everyone just came and we didn't have this scenario. But I would say that we would need to assess that. I am not 100% sure at all if they have this option or not. Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's always more interesting to come in physical to meet the people.
For sure.
Great
Yeah,
network.
because we give you that opportunity. So it's always more interesting to just be here in person and attend.
Exactly.
Because our idea with the Web Summit is to give you startups access to a broader network, because you apply, you are selected, and we don't want you to just be in the Galp sphere. We want to give you access to new opportunities, and the Web Summit is the biggest conference that we have that is happening in Portugal and in Lisbon in particular. So we think that it makes all the sense, and the feedback that we got from the previous editions was that it was a very good add-on for the startups, because they could meet investors, they could meet partners, they could have all of these different conversations during the conference, and it was just an added benefit for them from this program.
Yeah, totally agree. And another question, so we want to know how many winners are there? Is that one per track?
Yes, exactly. You have one per track. So, for example, of course, we have like different solutions that we can be interested in on the same track. And it doesn't mean that we cannot work with a startup that didn't win, okay? But when it comes to actual awarded startups, we have one per track. And we are going to fly to Lisbon, one startup per track. So 5 startups in total.
Yeah, okay. And another question is very specific. So my company has 2 different projects that cover 2 different tracks of the challenge. Can I apply to both?
Yes, you can, and you should. This is a question that actually we get every year. And yes, feel free to apply to both, because you never know in which of the challenges you are going to have a better opportunity of winning. So yeah, go ahead and apply to both.
Okay, thanks, Joanna. I don't see any more questions. Do you have any questions? Please ask them now, because we have the chance to be here with Joanna. Yeah, we still have some minutes for this webinar.
Sure, we can wait more.
Yeah, we can wait.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, on our side, we are just very excited about the possibility of receiving all of these applications this year and finding out about what interesting solutions are out there for us.
Oh, there's a new question I think we collected. Can we apply to the challenge with our project even if we are still not incorporated, like without a company? Maybe it's a question.
How would you describe incorporated? Because also I am not sure what you mean. But if you don't have a company, if it's what Yaya was mentioning, I don't think it would make much sense for you to apply, because you need to be a startup to apply to this project. Okay, so you need to have a team, you need to have a TRL of 3 to 4, and I think that for you to be on that TRL level, you should already have a company for sure. So
Okay.
if this doesn't answer you, maybe you can write another question, and we can try to answer again.
So this question, I think it's actually from a discussion we had with a startup. It was I think they are working with a university and will spin off soon. So currently they may not.
I understand. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that if you are still on a very early TRL, like 1 or 2, or if you really just have an idea, but you still don't have anything else more than that, then it's probably too early for you to apply. Maybe next year it will already be a bit more developed, and you can already have a bigger chance of being selected to the program.
Okay. We have one more question from Alex. Are UK companies still okay to apply?
Of course, everyone can apply.
Yeah.
We don't have any ban on companies applying from specific countries. So far, we have had applications from more than 50 countries. I think the number was 54, if I'm not mistaken, and there was never an issue on that. Okay. And we have had people, Coolbox is a Nigerian and also a French startup. Like we had a company fly from Brazil. Like we are not looking towards the country where the startup is coming from. We are looking at the technology and the potential.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? If not, maybe just we can conclude on this webinar. Last page, so just a reminder, you can apply until the 10th of September. So as we said, there are 5 different tracks. Make sure that you have understand what we are looking for a different track, and connect to the other webinar if you are also interested on that. And then just here you have our contact. Please feel free to reach out, and we are always here to answer your questions or organize a call with you. So here is the other Ask Me Anything session that we're going to have. The next one will be on AI and blockchain, and it will be in 2 weeks. So, and thanks everyone. Oh, sorry, I have a new question from Angelo, I think. Just a last one before we close. So then we finish this webinar. So another one from Angelo is, after being selected, is everything travel fee accommodation sponsored by Hello Tomorrow? So for that one, I think I can answer. It will be by Galp.
Yeah, but it is sponsored, but it is by Galp, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so let's. I think we are good for today. Thanks a lot, Jana, and thank you everyone for participating. Yeah, and looking forward to your applications.
Yes, please apply, and hopefully see you soon in Lisbon.
Yes,
thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.